I'm going to show you 10 sources every journalist needs to keep in their toolbox. These sources are geared towards Snohomish County and Everett Community College, but are similar in many other places. I keep them in a bookmarks tab for easy access called Public Docs. These sources will help you find out who owns a property or a building, a specific set of rules a company has to follow, how much money your college will receive in funding, and even if anyone has plagiarized your article. The first site we'll look at is Snohomish County Assessor's Office. The primary tool of the Assessor's Office to get familiar with is the Scopy web map. You'll be able to search for properties and find land value and owners on Scopy. By clicking the aerial imagery box, you'll be able to see a map of the area similar to Google Maps. Scroll with the mouse wheel to zoom in or out, and click on a property to view more details about it. The owner and taxpayer may be different, and land value can also be seen here. Each area is called a property, and each property is made up of parcels. As you can see, some companies are made up of several properties, and all those may have different owners. Those properties may have different parcels, but parcels in a property will always have the same owner. Sometimes several parcels make up a property, and the information you need is contained in several different parcels. Parcel ID is a great way to navigate other sources I'll be showing you. Clicking Property Account Summary will give you a full tax audit, which will tell you everything from who sold the property to who, and when and how much they pay in taxes every year. The next site to go to is the Snohomish County Auditor's Office. This is the first of 3 sites that will allow you to find paperwork attached to the properties. Make sure the search is set to contains or equals when searching to get accurate results. Click the search button once. Results may take a few minutes to show up. For this video, it took 2 minutes for the results to come up, but I was able to cut that out with movie magic. Changing the search date range will speed up the results and will give you a more accurate search if you know the date of the paperwork you're looking for. You may get hundreds of results. These could be deeds, contracts, loans, liens, and tax information. Learning about property paperwork like quitclaim deeds or deeds of trust will help you navigate this site more effectively. Here is a quitclaim deed for property given to EVCC. To save or print paperwork from the site, simply click Print and print all pages, and then save to your desktop or print. The second site for paperwork attached to properties is Everett Land Use, and there are 2 apps. The first is the Web Map Viewer, which shows current land use projects. By opening the Web Map Viewer, you can see the current land use projects in the city of Everett. Clicking on a dot will give you details about the project located there. Information like the project number, name, description, and who to contact for more details will be provided on the web map. Clicking the link to view more documents will bring you to eTrackit. This database allows you to type in an address or parcel ID, and it will give you the projects on file with your search. Scroll to the bottom of a project to find the attached files. Application, agreement, decision, or narrative usually have a concise description of the project. Other files attached could be surveys, maps of the project, or relevant paperwork that are required to be submitted at some point during the process. Opening the narrative and drawings files can give you insight to the project. As you can see, there are maps and plans available for viewing and printing from this source. Searching eTrackit can be done by choosing property or parcel ID and then choosing contains or equals, then typing an address or parcel ID. Simply typing in Broadway will give you all of the projects going on Broadway in Everett, and you can look through the different types of projects and paperwork attached by clicking on the project. The third way to find paperwork attached to properties is through the Everett Digital Record Center. This will also give you lots of information about more than just the properties. Make sure to search for your topic in contracts, ordinances, and resolutions to get all of the paperwork you need. Sometimes a contract is passed, but a resolution or ordinance is completed later in response to that contract, so you may not have the whole story after finding the contract. All three searches work the same. Simply type in a word or phrase you want to search, like EVCC, and then hit search. Results that are still on file will appear. Here's a recent contract between EVCC and the city. Printing can be done by clicking the PDF button, clicking download and print, and then waiting for a minute or two. You will then get a PDF version of the document you are looking at that is available to download and print. Washington Digital Archives and Odyssey portal are used mainly for court records. Washington Digital Archives will give you a lot of information, but not all of it is useful. Imagine each category like a file box. Some of their most current information is from 2006, some of it 2019. This means that you may be in the right place and searching for the right thing, but the information you want is not yet in the database. This is why you should check the first 4 sources before going here. Lawsuits are done through the Washington Digital Archives, and if you try to search for a court case on the court records database, they'll send you to the Washington Digital Archives or Odyssey portal. Odyssey portal is what the Snohomish County Superior Court uses to pool records, so use it as often as you can while looking at court cases. I say this because it is free to get a record printed at the courthouse, and knowing the system before you go to print will save you time. Write down your case number or take a photo of it and what documents you need to print before you go. They will limit you to 20 minutes on the computers there. Generally, you'll be looking for the petition or introductory statements to tell you what is going on in the beginning, and then the decision at the end of the case. I'm not saying don't go and print out 1,500 pages, but it is not a good use of time, and I guarantee that one page reads like 20 pages, so try and get the least amount of pages with the most amount of information. Take the case number from Odyssey portal and copy and paste that into Washington Digital Archives to see the different sections of the case. There will be a bunch of records that come up, each a different part of the case. See how many pages each of them are and what they outline of the case in order to get a better understanding of what the record you want to print and what is useful. Washington Digital Archives will charge you to print records. Remember that these records can be printed from the Snohomish County Courthouse for free, and that journalists generally don't need every single aspect of the case, just the beginning and end portions that tell you the claim and the result. Moving on to educational information. The National Center for Education Statistics is a quick way to add some useful facts to a story. It is a government website that keeps tabs on all of the schools in the country. I've provided a link to Everett Community College. Their data isn't always up to date, but it is within 1 or 2 years old, making it perfect for estimating. The data is also deep. You can see the percentage of number of students who are using the GI Bill, you can see how many crimes are committed on campus, and you can see what those crimes were. You can even see a breakdown of how many students are in every single major, tuition estimates, enrollment, and a lot more information. NCES also has a search bar, and typing EVCC or Everett Community College into the search bar can give good information. Change the search to by date to get the most current information. Using search features on sites can bring information that is sometimes buried by information. Here is a study I found comparing colleges. EVCC is listed as one of the colleges. The Washington Office of Financial Management manages any money being distributed or collected by state agencies. EVCC must report some information to the state, and it can be intercepted on this site where it is openly published. Get to the Community and Technical College System area and you can see a breakdown of who is getting how much money and for what. This site is tough to navigate and holds a lot of information. While I can only point to this part of the site as a good source, remember to use the search tool for any projects that have state funding. Searching this site also can give good information that is hard to find, and often is the best way to navigate this site. Here I found more in-depth information on what the state is spending on various colleges. This includes the LRC and Baker Hall replacement, which happened in the last few years or are still in progress. Last one for college information, the SBCTC, also known as the Washington State Board for Community and Technical Colleges. You might need to find an important person. That's what the link is for. Select Everett CC. It shows the key staff and how to reach them. It also updates monthly and keeps track of accurate contacts for each person. While it doesn't show every employee, the list may be surprising and it shows us the people that the state considers as the most important. This is critical to know when working on stories that may require someone that is involved in the process. You can also print out this list along with every other important employee in the state. This includes their position and contact information. Searching the site can also bring interesting information. There are news links and various articles published on this site. I found statistics for EVCC. I'm not sure how current they are or what sources were used, but looking into this could pay off and give current information not readily available anywhere else. Okay, the last item in the toolbox is something every writer should have, a good plagiarism checker. SmallSEOtools.com has hands down the best free plagiarism checker I could find, and I encourage everyone to use it before and after your story is published. This one gives you the line-by-line matching items, links out to those sources, gives you percentages, is printable, free, you can use it from anywhere, you can even drop a hyperlink into it and run it. I'll use a recent article I wrote to show you how it works. It takes a few minutes to go through its process, but I cut that out of the video. You can see it links out to sources that have the same text as my article, one of which is my article itself. Another is copying the Gravatar plug, and a lot of websites have that sentence. So you can see that nobody has copied my work, but this does pay off when someone reposts your article. It will give you a link directly to it.